Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, sunglasses are out. We're outdoors. Finally out the garage. It's been great to get out in the sun. And while we were out in the sun, look what we found. Well, if it isn't Michael and his nice new shiny bike. Nice new shiny bike out in the sunshine.
A little bit less shiny now, we've been getting some miles on it.
But at least it'll stay clean when we wash it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So as you can see, folks, we are officially out the garage. First round of mods are done on the bike. We've got some footage we're going to show you in a little bit. But just to recap some of the changes we've done, we have some powder coating of parts done. Big thank you to Andy at Total Wheel Solutions in Middlesbrough for the powder coating work.
Turned out great, haven't they?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We have a TWM fuel cap. We have black bar end mirrors. We have black bar levers. Bike's been fully Cerakoted. We got the rad guard powder coated black. Tail tardy's all done with a very legal license plate.
It certainly is.
100% ACU and legal approved. And we've got a few other little touches here and there.
And I've added this one actually, without you knowing.
When did that turn up?
Santa brought it late. So that one turned up, and I managed to do that all by myself.
Well done, mate.
No help from Becci.
Well done, mate. Let's hope Becky doesn't see your credit card statement there.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
So,
as we said, the plan was always, has it gone off? Has the battery died?
I think my battery's died.
So yeah, so as we mentioned in the previous videos, guys, it was always our intention to have a first round of mods done on the bike, and then obviously Mick's got to try and get the mileage on the bike. Have they said how many miles you need to do?
600 miles or 3 months according to Honda.
Well, it ain't going to take us 3 months, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Get the mileage on, it's going to get its first service, and then from there, obviously, the big thing that we're going to change is the exhaust. So there's 2 routes for that now. We've got a little bit more information. Obviously, as the bikes came out, all the manufacturers are coming out now. I know Pipeworks have started doing some systems for it. We had a plan for an exhaust.
Yeah.
We've bought an exhaust servo eliminator, and apparently you can get away with taking the cables off the exhaust and leaving the original servo intact and deleting the exhaust can. What we're going to do is we're going to speak to a local dyno, see if we can get it booked on. We're going to do a power run after its service, and then we're going to swap the cans just to make sure that there's no issues with any fueling issues, because at the end of the day, it's a brand new bike and we don't want to jeopardize anything, do we?
Yeah.
So, the plan for it now, as we said, Michael's going to get some footage. The next video is going to show Michael's getting some mileage in, taking it out, maybe getting the opinion of a few people.
Exactly, yeah. There's already been a bit of interest on the 4 hours I've been out already on it, so
which is great.
Yeah.
It's what we like. We would like to say personally from both us and all of our people helping us at the moment, big thank you to everyone who subscribed.
Yeah,
the channel's just broke over 1,000 subscribers. Big shout out to Jed Stevenson, local lad who was our 1,000th subscriber. Fantastic. Feel free to reach out to me and we'll get you a jar of Brill cream or something.
Yeah,
he's got a big mop, Annie.
Yeah.
But thanks a lot, Jed, mate. We do really appreciate that, pal. So yeah, we hope you like what you see. Also, and I know people are going to say this, all you've seen of me so far is no motorbike. So that's coming next. And we might throw a little clip at the back end of this to show you what's in store for that.
Oh, you're getting the big boy out, are you?
Yeah. Make sure we put a sign on that saying, headphone wearers be warned. One thing I would like to address from the second video, obviously the comments we've had have been fantastic. Me and Michael are both over the moon, absolutely over the moon with the amount of comments. A couple of people mentioned these. Seem to be the only bone of contention you lot have out there, which is, I suppose, is alright in one sense. A lot of people started panicking about these. Oh, you know, the bolt that you're using is not correct, and you know they should be torqued up and everything like that. 2 things. One, to the people who did comment about that, we do appreciate your comments. I don't want to feel like I'm bitching about people criticising or critiquing. I understand why you said it. I've done it myself in the past. You're only highlighting the point for people who are potentially going to do this. They don't have any experience at all, to highlight that it's a distressed bolt and it needs to be done right. A couple of things. One, the bolt that's supplied with these, and I'll put a picture in, the bolt that's supplied with these from R&G is just a standard engineering grade 8.8 bolt. That's all it is. It's of a set length, depending on the bike that they're going to use. They'll add a spacer in for fairings or not. There's nothing in it, nothing special. It's not a shear bolt, it's not a bend bolt, there's no drilled holes in it or anything like that. Okay, all we simply done was opened up the bore of this from a 10mm to a 12mm, and then we got an 8.8 grade bolt, standard fare, nothing fancy, no titanium, nothing like that. And we use that with the right correct pitch. On this Honda engine, I don't know if Michael can come right in, because it's kind of important. I can understand what people are saying. The actual engine mount for the bolt is cast to the front lug of the motor, so it doesn't go through the motor. And if you look at the frame on these, it's not an aluminium like a big spar frame. It's just simply a metal bracket that wings down with a spacer between. The second thing that some people said was it should be torqued up. 100% correct. One reason we didn't really mention it in the video was, one, we don't feel that we're a technical channel, shall we say, where we're going to highlight every single torque value for everything we do. Because the bike is still new, there's some values that we're assuming because we don't have a full workshop manual yet. So we don't want to give any information out that's potentially incorrect. But again, with these, what we've done, refer to the Honda manual for a 2017 Fireblade engine, which is what the bike is. And in there, it's 47 foot-pounds of torque. So they've been torqued up. We'll put a picture in showing I do own a torque wrench. I actually own 4 of them.
He did send me it to prove that he done it as well.
I had to send it to Michael to prove it because he started getting it in the ear as well. Same goes for axle bolts, pinch bolts. Obviously, we've tried to highlight what size they are in case anyone's going to take their wheels out at some point, so you can make sure you've got the right spanners. But I'm not going to go through it and say, that should be this, that should be this, that should be that. Because if I say it should be, I don't know, 14 foot-pounds of torque or 21 newton meters or whatever, and the manual states it's 22, everyone's going to jump on the bandwagon. You're giving the wrong information. So sometimes no information is better than the wrong information. By all means, if you have any queries or if you want to know something specific, reach out to us in the comments and we'll answer it as best we can. But we don't want to fall into this trap of providing information and we're only going off the information we can find at this moment, Mike. Yeah. So, yeah. If you feel that that's right or wrong, let us know. If you'd rather we told you everything we know and take it on yourselves to decide whether it's right or wrong, that's fine by me. So enough chat. Just wanted to put these to bed because moving forward, we're going to have the same queries and questions. We are going to get the wheels back in, get the brake pads back in. I'm going to show Michael how to do that so he knows for future servicing when
That's what it's all about.
And then we are going to look at stripping the rear sets, rear pillion pegs off, and hopefully I'll get them dropped to powder coating tomorrow for the weekend. Oh, and this rad's got to come off as well, hasn't it?
No, well, that's one thing.
That shonky bleeding radiator guard that you want. So get that put down, let's get to work.
Yeah, let's have a little look.
So pull that out.
Yeah.
Watch the spacer block doesn't run with it. Obviously you try not to scratch the bike, so watch your chain doesn't run away. That's it.
Yeah.
So you leave that. Right. Yeah. So
I was going to ask a stupid question there.
no such thing.
I was going to say, have we got the wheel in the right direction? But then realised the chain wouldn't have went on, and also the brake wouldn't have went on.
You learn every second.
Every day's a learning day.
Right.
So,
So 1, 2,
yeah,
3 and 4.
Yeah.
There's your 4 bolts. You won't need that.
Don't need
You'll
hammer.
need the little ratchet.
Let's have a little look.
We'll just use the little threaded shaft and the hex to start them off. And get them all 4 started and then wind them down, yeah? So.
Oh, another job for chunky fingers.
Give them a minute and then we'll bring the camera down in a minute.
All this to be fast forward stuff. Becci. No one needs to know all this sort of stuff. See me struggling. They played a bit of a trick there, mind.
Why?
With this smooth bit. Obviously, they cast it like that for the sticker to stick. But yeah, just means I'm gonna have to get a carbon piece there, Becci.
Yeah, because you can't leave that looking like that. Looks like.
Yeah, YouTube says.
Yeah.
First things we're going to do, I'm going to take off these resets. I'm going to get them powder coated black. I'm going to remove rear foot pegs for the passenger. I don't plan on taking any passengers, but once the exhaust is gone, which we're hoping will be shortly, they're not going to be needed and it's going to clean the back of the bike up. But we're going to get them done anyway, just in case. And then we're going to take off the gear selector, get that powder coated. So I'm taking these off with an 8mm Allen. Just going to take them off one by one. I think it's going to clean the bike up quite well. Oh, that comes straight off that. So glued on.
Yeah, so these will come with a little bit of Loctite from factory, given the position. Obviously, you want to just grab all of that as it comes down, mate, because you don't want it to drop and scratch anything.
Nice, good thinking about that.
Alright. Give it backwards and forwards there, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're all going to hold it. So yeah, so we're going to strip this on the bench in a minute, but it's really simple. There's just a little pin at the bottom there, a little split pin. Pull the pin out, disassemble it, pull the spring out, and then on the bottom there's a little Allen bolt there, which allows you to take the rubber grommet off. That comes into 2 pieces and it will get powder coated as it is. For the gear lever, gear shift, again, it's just another 8mm. And then we've just got to disconnect the bottom adjuster for the quick shifter. We'll do that in a minute. And then we'll go around the other side.
Yeah, that's fine.
Obviously, same again this side. All we're going to do, take out the 2 M8 bolts. Michael start to take the bottom one out. And then we've got 2 6mm Allen headed bolts, which hold the master cylinder in place. And then I'm going to give Michael a hand because we don't want to scratch out. Just to remove the clevis pin, and then this should disconnect. Might have to disconnect the spring off the brake switch, but we're going to get that off, and then we'll get it on the bench and we'll strip it off.
Great stuff.
Yeah, boy. So these, again, pillion brackets, they're just 8mm. That's all we're doing for now with the world's longest ratchet. Crack them. Get them started, and then we'll take it off. Get that out there. Get them off. Same again. Strip everything out of them. And we'll show you all the broke down pieces. And then we'll show you them when we get them all powder coated, basically. I'll put them all back together, eh?
Night Rider.
So as we said, while we're waiting on the resets coming back, we've still got a few other jobs we can get on with. Handlebars. So we've got a couple of things we're going to do up here. We're going to change out the standard factory silver handlebar levers for a nice set of black ones. We are going to take the factory OE wing mirrors that are absolutely useless, and we're going to swap them with a nice little bar end piece. Now, what we needed to do, the factory OE bar ends and the right diameter for the bar end mirrors we were going to use. So, and we'll include a little video here. All we needed to do was put these onto a lathe. A good friend of ours has got a lathe, and we took down about 1 millimetre, squared them up about 1 millimetre.
Aye.
And they now fit perfect. And if Michael comes in and has a quick look at that, it's
Nice
a
and
lovely,
flush.
super clean finish on the factory bar end. I know some people go, oh yeah, but you've took weight off the bar end. We've probably added more weight than we've took off at this point. So these are going to come off. These are going to get changed. These are going to get slicked up. And we have a TWM. I've got it here. A lovely, fancy. Michael's been spending all his Easter egg money. TWM flush fit, quick release fuel cap. So we're going to get them on and we'll come back to you.
Right, guys, changing the fuel cap here. It's silver. We're murdering out the bike. Beefy's over there. He's prepping the new one, quick release. So I've got a 3mm Allen head here, and we're just going to take off the bolts around and then swap it off for the new one. There we go, that'll do. I was tightening that up anyway. But...
I could tell you were tightening it up from fucking here.
You know when you were saying, Beef, about having to open this cap up to get to it?
Mm-hmm.
Is there something in the middle? Does this just take a ring off or something?
No, so basically the reason you need to open the cap up to take it off is for security. Because when the cap's engaged and locked in, then it won't physically lift out the tank frame.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, because that locks under the ring.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the cap up when you remove these, and be very careful not to drop a bolt in the fucking tank.
Yeah.
Then it won't come out.
Right.
Right, guys, welcome back. We have now stripped everything off the bike that's going to get powder coated, which is both the pillion and the rider, foot peg and footrest assemblies. As you can see, we've split it all down into sub-assemblies. The joys of having a little bit of space in the garage like this and not much else on at the moment means that we can leave everything as it is. We've took it off in the same sequence, but it is quite straightforward if you've never done this before. This is pound for pound one of the best mods I think you can do to a bike, especially a bike that's pretty much all black. Cost savings by every big manufacturer is these always come silver. They just come in their original cast colour. It is what it is. It's not very hard to take these apart. As long as you take a little bit of time, you don't need any specialist tools pretty much, other than maybe a set of circular pliers, and you can really get away with that with a small flat blade. One thing I will say to you is if you're going to get parts powder coated, be mindful of the tolerances of powder coat and your bearing surfaces. Now, stuff like these, we won't do any preparation to these regards masking any of the holes or anything because the tolerance is fine. If we do feel that when we're putting them back together, the bolt's tight or out like that, we'll just take a drill bit of the correct size for the pin and we'll just run it through the holes and just clearance them back out. It's fine. What you do need to be mindful of though is any surfaces that are obviously a bearing or mating surface where there's a grease point. So for instance, if you can see inside there, Mick, all right, you can see there's a small bush inside that aluminium casting just to stop the wear over time. And again, that would sit on there, which again is a machine bush, just to allow the smooth transfer for the brake. I know it's upside down and inside out, but it doesn't matter. So what I tend to do on items like this, a nice, easy, simple fix for the guys doing the blasting, is I'll take 2 M6 penny washers and a small 30mm M6 nut and bolt, sandwich the washers either side, put the bolt through, just nip it up gently, it doesn't need to be massively tight, and give them it like that. They'll blast around it, powder coat it, and then what I'll do is I'll crack the bolt off, take the washers off, and I'll be left with a small, flat, clean face both sides, which again, because of the position on the bike, you won't see that anyway, and it just means that you know that that bearing's fine. We're going to clean these down with some degreaser. I'll mask up that, put the bolt through these. Again, footrest assemblies, we won't bother doing anything with these. We'll give them straight to the guys as is. And all we'll do is we'll take the pin that would go through there when you're putting it back together, measure that with a set of verniers, match it to a drill bit if we need to, just run a hole through it. But regards tolerance to where it sits inside the peg, there's loads of room. We never really get any issues with that. I've never had any issues yet. So all this is going to stay as it is. We're going to leave this for now in the same. We'll be back in 30 seconds in YouTube time, but this will take 3 or 4 days.
Magic.
And we'll go.